pupuntahan na natin yung next topic, which is experimentation. And that will be discussed by Mr. Marty Mateo. So siya yung isa sa mga best speaker na maririnig nyo ngayong gabi and very enthusiastic speaker about this topic. So he graduated from University of the Philippines, Los Baños with a BS in chemistry. He's a registered chemist, a university researcher. He's a head chemist right now of Institute of Plant Breeding. And meron siyang 6 publication and 2 peer-reviewed papers. So, welcome natin si Marty.
Ayan, thank you for the warm introduction, Ma'am Analet. And parang ikaw yung mahirap sundan because of your great presentation earlier. So, let me just share my slide first. Nakikita niyo ba yung shared ano? Kuya JP?
Nag-share pa lang siya.
Okay. So,
presentation.
Oh,
yes,
yep.
Okay.
It's up there.
So we'll kick off from what Ma'am Analet discussed. So yung knowledge application, this is actually the actualization part or the application part of your knowledge application. So I will go to the next topic of the one of the most important elements of an effective STEM program is to have or to encourage experimentation. So, meron tayong mga topics na diniscuss before in Phil Sci-Hub University about ideation and how to make an effective proposal. In fact, meron nga tayong Lions Den competition about ideas, scientific problems. But all of that will just be, your ideas will just be on your paper, your ideas will just be on your mind, and your ideas will just be stagnant if you will not perform an experimentation. So experimentation will transform your ideas into reality. So kumbaga, ang actualization and realization of your ideas will be realized once you do experimentation. So let me define first experimentation. This is a definition from the study of Tai in 2014. Sabi niya, experimentation is best known way to test the veracity of scientific theories, eliminate alternative explanations, engineer novel solutions to practical problems, and provide clues to causal inferences. So, 4 yung sinabi dyan na sinosolve or in-aim ng experimentation. Number 1, to test the veracity of scientific theories. Ibig sabihin, you test for the accuracy of those theories. Accurate ba yung sinasabi ng theory na to? Meron bang mga lapses, etc. So, isa yun sa mga aim ng experimentation. Number 2, eliminate alternative explanation. So, kung may natural phenomena and meron mga maraming explanations kung bakit nangyayari yung phenomena na yon, pwede natin siyang ma-eliminate yung mga hindi tamang explanations through experimentation. And number 3, to engineer novel solutions to practical problems. So basically, finding a solution to a problem is solved by experimentation. And number 4, it can provide clues to causal inferences kasi minsan, along the way in our experiments, meron tayong mga side observations na nakikita na hindi natin, kumbaga parang interesting observations. So pwede siyang clues to causal inferences. So 4. Based on technical definitions, 4 yung ina-aim ng experimentation. On a practical note, sinabi ni Isaac Asimov, an American science fiction writer and also a biochemistry professor, sabi niya, experimentation is the least arrogant method of gaining knowledge. The experimenter asks a question of nature. So, in essence, sabi niya, ang experimentation daw ay sumasagot sa isang or nagge-generate ng knowledge about isang specific phenomenon of nature. So, nakita niyo yung dalawang definition on a more technical side and on a more practical side. But these are very good definitions of experimentation. So, to give you a concrete example, of course, kung paano na-apply ng mabuti ang experimentation. Of course, you know Thomas Alva Edison and the light bulb. Siyempre, hindi naman from the ideation of Thomas Edison na bigla na lang siyang or napakadali niyang ma-form itong light bulb. Dumaan muna siya sa maraming processes. So from his idea, going to this 1878 nung na-ideate niya yung tungkol sa light bulb. And after quite some time, marami siyang ginawang experimentation according to the accounts of Thomas Alva Edison. Maraming na bagong design, maraming na-engineer na bagong parameters para makagawa siya ng light bulb. In fact, itong light bulb na unang nagawa niya noong 1879, so that's 1 year of experimentation. Nagtagal siya ng 13 hours, yung una niyang, kumbaga, prototype na light bulb. Pero dumaan muna siya sa napakaraming experimentation, hundreds if not thousands of experimentation to produce that. And after that, after ma-invent niya tong light bulb, ang ginawa naman niya is an electrical system. So, since may light bulb na siya, gumawa naman siya ng wires, sockets, and plugs para magkaroon talaga siya ng effective electrical system. So, as a researcher, I practice experimentation a lot. So, ito yung mga projects na involved ako right now and the experiments that I am doing. So, I am doing experiments in different varieties of corn. Kung makikita nyo, iba't iba siya ng kulay. So, ang mga experiments na ginagawa ko, gusto kong malaman kung alin yung pinaka-nutritious sa mga corn na yan. Sa corn na, ito actually are native corns. Ibig sabihin, dito siya galing sa Pilipinas, sa iba't ibang parts ng Pilipinas, and they are not introgressed or hindi pa siya napapasukan ng BT na gene. So ibig sabihin native talaga siya dito sa Pilipinas. So yun yung experiments na ginagawa namin right now, kung anong pinaka-nutritious na variety ng corn. Lalo na diyan sa pigmented corn kasi may hype diyan ngayon katulad ng mga pigmented rice. And also, meron naman din kaming project sa indigenous fruits. Ito naman, hindi tayo masyadong familiar kasi baka hindi present sa ating places or sa provinces. Pero meron tayong mga ganitong fruits like katmon, agimit, bignay, and biantok. So, tinitingnan namin kung nag-experiment kami kung meron silang different bioactivities, kung may antioxidant activity ba sila, may anti-cancer activity, may anti-hypertensive activity. So, if I'm not mistaken, one of our members, si Dr. Israel, may study siya sa katmon on the anti-hypertensive activity of katmon. So, yun ang mga experiments na ginagawa ko right now. Pero hindi yan yung pinakamalaking experiment na ginagawa ko. So, can you guess kung ano yung pinakamalaking experiment na ginagawa ko? Ang pinakamalaking experiment na ginagawa ko is actually my life. My life is my biggest experiment. So, sabi nga ni Ma'am Analet kanina, make it personal for you to have an effective STEM program. So, sa everyday life natin, we test for something. So, tinetest natin kung mag-work ba to or hindi. So, every decisions in life, short-term decisions, long-term decisions, meron tayong perceived goal or meron tayong perceived na result dun sa mga ginagawa natin. So, my life is my biggest decision. And actually, your life is my life is my biggest experiment. Your life is also your biggest experiment. So make the most out of your life. Experiment on your life na mas marami pa kayong ma-explore na bagay. Para, you should, at the end of life, parang masasabi mo sa sarili mo na wala kang pinagsisisihan dahil na-try mo lahat, na-experiment mo lahat. So, now, how do we encourage naman experimentation in the class setup and also in STEM classes? So, the first one that I have put here is diminished fear. Sabi ni W. Clement Stone, thinking will not overcome fear, but actions will. So, remember, nung mga estudyante pa tayo, kapag first time natin gumawa ng experiment, parang takot na takot tayo. Takot tayo magkamali, takot tayo na hindi natin makuha yung result na ideal. Pero, sabi dyan, actions will actually diminish fear. So, pag paulit-ulit mong ginagawa yung experiment mo, kapag ka naging confident ka na sa ginagawa mo, eventually, mawawala na yung fear na yan and magiging comfortable ka na sa experimentation. Also, let me point out na siguro maraming nakaranas sa atin ito nung nasa high school tayo or nasa college tayo. Yung teachers natin will always put a price tag on the equipment, on the glassware, sa lahat ng ginagamit natin. So, parang sa atin, kumbaga, halimbawa, nalaman natin na yung burette is 10,000 or yung SEP funnel is 7,000, syempre parang kakabahan ka na dun, di ba? Parang, ay bawal ako magkamali or bawal ko mabasag to. So baka hindi na lang ako gumawa kasi pagka nakabasag ako, magbabayad ako ng ganito kalaking amount. I think we should foster more, or we should discuss more about being careful on the experiment rather than putting price tags on those equipment and materials. Kasi ang nangyayari minsan, nagiging display na lang yung mga beaker, nagiging display na lang yung graduated cylinder sa school, hindi naman nagagamit ng mga estudyante. So what's the point of buying those things kung hindi naman ginagamit? Also, wag na tayo mag-induce ng fear, yung being strict and nag-induce tayo ng fear sa mga estudyante natin. We should have an enabling environment for the students to do experiments. Huwag na natin silang sitahin kung ano, kumbaga parang let them experience the experimentation process. Kung magkamali sila, okay lang, or kung hindi man nila makuha yung gusto nilang result, okay lang. Which brings me to my next point, which is actually take the first step. So minsan kasi we are building a wall, an invisible wall of fear sa atin na parang hindi natin kayang gawin yan. So if you hurdle that first wall of fear sa experimentation, tuloy-tuloy na yan. It will be a spontaneous reaction. So kumbaga sa organic chemistry, meron ka lang dapat i-hump na activation energy, and after that, tuloy-tuloy na yung paggawa mo ng experiment. Sabi dito, the true method of knowledge is experiment. So you cannot gain knowledge without experimentation. And the third point, normalize failure. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina sa mga teachers natin. Although merong mga ideal results and although merong mga steps na kailangan gawin, parang step-by-step process, minsan syempre allow our students to make mistakes. Hindi naman nandiyan ang students para maging perfect kaya nga sila tinawag na students, because the main purpose of being a student is to learn. Okay? Sinabi diyan, there is no such thing as failure. Ang ibig sabihin ng fail is your first attempt in learning. So ibig sabihin kapag may ginawa ka na hindi align yung results dun sa ideal result, you will learn from it. And by constantly doing it, pwedeng matutunan mo na yung tamang proseso because you learn from your mistakes. Cliche as it may sound, pero talagang we learn from our mistakes. Sabi nga dyan, sabi sa quote, people who succeed fail more than anyone else. Because alam na nila yung proseso. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Analet kanina, kapag alam mo kung paano gumawa ng structure na magfe-fail, alam mo rin kung paano gumawa ng structure na magwo-work kasi alam mo yung process behind it. Okay? And then the last point that I would like to make is you should have a growth mindset. Sabihin natin sa mga estudyante natin that there's no such thing as I can't do it. There's just I can't do it yet. So isang word lang ang pinagkaiba nun, but that word yet is very powerful. Binibigyan mo ng chance yung estudyante mo na maitama or makapunta dun sa gusto niyang paratingan. So, kailangan when you do mistakes, you learn from it and then you bounce back the next time, you repeat your experiment. Siguro, hindi mo makuha ngayon, but then, siguro tomorrow or the next day, when you do the experiment again, makukuha mo na yung gusto mong result. So, allow your students to learn. Hindi pwedeng dahil nagkamali lang siya, you reprimand them or bigyan mo sila ng failing marks. Kung alam naman nila kung asan sila nagkamali, di ba? Kaya nga tayo may mga laboratory reports. Tinitingnan natin kung paano nila in-explain kung bakit nagkaroon sila ng maling result dun sa ideal or nagde-deviate dun sa ideal. So, ang grading should not be because nakuha nila yung tamang result. Kasi baka mamaya, dayain nila yung result nila para lang masabing nakuha nila yung result. The grading should be how the students explain kung anong nangyari dun sa experiment. Whether they arrive to the right result or whether they arrive to the wrong result. So grading should be that way. And to emphasize more the importance of experimentation, these are the important products of constant experimentation, hard work, and innovation na na-enjoy natin right now. So we have airplanes, space shuttles, medicines, of course yung light bulb kanina, the vaccines, ang cellphones na hindi natin mabitaw-bitawan, and of course, yung TV natin. So that's how important experimentation is. You yield products and you actualize your ideas from your experimentation. Without experimentation, we will not have vaccines. Siyempre, iba't ibang trials, yung ang daming layer ng trials na kailangan niyang pagdaanan bago natin siya makuha. We will not have medicines. We will not have, of course, yung ating mga cell phones and airplanes. So with that, I'd like to close my talk